Hey guys, how's it going? Zombie here with Xenar Gaming, and today we're looking at Apex Legends. This video is going to be covering a recent Reddit post which mentioned that there was no Season 1 information yet. It also mentioned weapon balancing, legend balancing, and hitbox feedback. Also, Respawn announced a few days ago that Apex Legends has amazingly hit 50 million players in the month since it has launched, which is excellent news since it is currently one of my favorite games and what I've been finding myself playing the most since it has launched. With that little bit of information mentioned, guys, let's get into the video. First, this post started with mentioning that even though Respawn knows everyone is pumped for Season 1, that they are not ready to talk about it yet. The post says, "We still have work to do getting everything ready for prime time and won't be talking about it yet. There are a lot of moving parts and coordination that go into big announcements and launches like this, so please be patient. I know the wait sucks, but it's coming, and ask that you all please be patient with us." The post also went on to say that over the course of this week, Respawn will be talking about a few hot topics, and starting with the update that kicked off today with a patch that is live on all platforms currently. The first target with this update is making tweaks to the meta, which is referring, of course, to the weapon balancing that was implemented into the update. The first weapon balancing that they mentioned referred to the Wingman pistol. The Wingman has been a fan favorite, with many using it at close range to dominate squads single-handedly. If the wielder, of course, was able to place enough critical shots on the enemy. This weapon is also made much more deadly if it is combined with an extended clip and the skull piercer mod. The changes to the Wingman that were made today are as follows, guys. The rate of fire will be reduced from 3.1 shots a second to 2.6, with decreasing only a little bit for this. The skull piercer mod will now do less headshot damage, with the multiplier being reduced from a 2.5 multiplier to a 2.25 the normal damage. The base hip fire spread also is being increased, while the time it takes for the hip fire spread to decrease has been shortened, making it a little bit harder to hit those shots if you do them rapidly, of course, with the without aiming down the sights. The other weapon that was affected by this update is the Peacekeeper shotgun. First, the shotgun bolt mod has been changed from the changed for the Peacekeeper as it reads. These changes to the mod only, or the accessory only, affect when it is attached to the Peacekeeper. They have not mentioned that it's going to affect the EV8, so I don't think that's the case. The migration rate, or the mitigation rate, sorry about that, of the rechamber rate has been reduced to the level 1, or the white level, or the common, has been decreased from 10% to 7.5, while the level 2, or the blue level, has been decreased from 20% to 13%. And the level 3 attachment also saw a large reduction from its 25% to 16%. So that's slightly significant. There's a significance there when you consider the jump that it had before. Respawn also went on to say that the availability of the Wingman and the Peacekeeper has actually been reduced in all zone tiers, making it a little more rare to come across one of them, especially at the start of the game. When first dropping into an area, you'll no longer see probably 3 or 4 of these in certain areas. They've also increased the availability of energy weapons and energy ammo in all zone tiers. Until this update, what ammo was the rarest ammo available, causing many to leave weapons like the Devotion and Havoc on the ground when they found them, due to the lack of ammunition needed to use these weapons effectively in a firefight. Now we are going to be looking at the legends now, guys. First is major balances changes that they made. The hitbox for Caustic, or the hitboxes for Caustic, Pathfinder, and Gibraltar have seen size reduction and optimizations. Respawn tried to better the sizing of the hitboxes to character gear and the character model. Due to the major impact that these changes have on the game, Respawn wanted to make sure that implementing these changes wouldn't cause any bugs. They also mentioned that if these hitbox changes proved to be insufficient, then they would consider additional adjustments being made during the season one time. Now to look at some of the minor legend bounces that took place. First is Caustic. His traps now have a reduced cooldown time of 25 seconds from its original 30 seconds. His Caustic traps will also now have an increased effective radius as well as an increased proximity radius by around 10%. The gas traps will now also deal smoke damage 1 second quicker, affecting players sooner whenever they trip them. Pathfinder also saw a slight buff to his passive ability, the Inside Knowledge, by adding 2 more beacons to the level, bringing the number from 10 to 12. Lifeline, unfortunately, will no longer be able to drop level 4s when it comes to the yellow armor or the helmets. And this slight change has been removed according to Respawn. So I don't think we're going to be seeing that at all. I don't think they'll be bringing it back. They want to keep that primarily to hot drop locations, supply ships, and random supply drops. As it currently stands, squads normally have a lifeline in them, and if that squad makes it to around the 5th round or so, then those lifelines have the ability to call in 3 to 4 care packages, depending on the amount of ultimate accelerants that can be found throughout the match. And with that, this just a major increased chances that people can have golds that have just maybe gone to very lower tier loot areas and use this ability just to try to get that extra advantage, which I personally don't see an issue in. I've seen myself advantage, of course, have better advantages due to this when I've had people on my team who've called in these care packages, but at the same time, this is something that can happen for all squads, so I'm not really sure why that one's being affected. Last for the the last 2 for the nurse, we have Wraith's Into the Void cooldown has now been increased from 20 seconds to 25, reducing the frequency that this ability could be used. And Bangalore has also seen a nerf, as her double time passive ability has now seen a speed reduction of 40% to 30%. So that's it for this video, guys. Just wanted to keep it kind of short. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about these changes? Are you upset about the changes made to the Wingman, or will you breathe a sigh of relief? Do you like the updates to Caustic's traps, or are you more upset about the speed reduction of Bangalore's double time ability? Feel free to let me know. Thanks for watching, guys, until the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Apex Legends content, and I will see you in the next video.